Hello and welcome back to the channel as we look ahead to a game that could change the entire momentum of our season moving forward. Will it be mid-table mediocrity again, or can Watford mount a late charge for promotion back to the Premier League? If we can beat Ipswich on Tuesday night, we could go within just 3 points of fourth position. A huge game for everyone involved, and we are going to be looking ahead to it today. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit subscribe on the channel and follow us across all social platforms. We're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, TikTok, and of course here on YouTube as well. Right, where do we begin? I just want to discuss how I'm feeling actually as a Watford fan at the moment, and I'm really interested to hear your thoughts as well in the comments down below. I do feel we've reached squeaky bum territory now, and what I mean by that is that every point dropped from this moment on matters hugely when it comes to the confidence you have as a team and also the confidence it gives to the teams around you. If Watford can beat Derby, which we have done, beat Ipswich, and then get something away at Bristol, that sends a strong message to everyone else in the division that we are serious about our promotion charge. If it goes badly wrong on Tuesday and we don't pick anything up at Bristol, then for me, that just suggests to everyone else in the division that we're really not going to mount a serious challenge for them positions this season, which is why it matters hugely on Tuesday that we do not lose. I do think it's very much a do not lose type of game. Clearly, I want the victory. Absolutely. Of course I do. I want to make that perfectly clear. And we have to go for the 3 points in every match now moving forward. However, I do think what we've seen in the past 2 games under Ed Still is that we firstly are defensively solid, we're compact, we sit back, and then we look to spring teams on the counter-attack, utilising them wide attacking players. And if Watford are to have a good chance of beating Ipswich, we need to get them wide attackers on the ball as much as possible. And that is the huge question, because who will be available for this game? We saw Othmane Mama go off in the first half with what looked to be a muscular injury. And then Kwadwo Bar, who was substituted on by Ed Steele, was then substituted off prior to the conclusion of the game. So we're yet to find out the status of both Othmane Mama and Kwadwo Bar. I doubt the club will release anything, to be honest with you. Gone are the days of press conferences before midweek matches. I think the club will very much keep this hush-hush, and as they should, because why would you want to divulge crucial team information to Ipswich Town? It wouldn't make much sense. But predicting the 11 will play, I'm going to go off on the basis that both Mama and Bar will be unavailable. So starting from back to front, Egil Selvik in goal. Of course, he is a must start. The defence, you'll be surprised to know, I will keep unchanged. I know we have Mark Bowler on the bench. I know we also had Matty Pollock on the bench in the last game. And usually they would be must starts for me. But I don't want to change what isn't broken, if that makes sense. So I'll stick with Jezza at right back. I'll stick with James Abankwah and Saba Goglachite as our 2 centre-backs. I thought Abankwah was outstanding against Patrick Ajamang at the weekend. And Mfuni at left back, my word, what a player he is. And we saw actually how useful Mark Boller was coming into the game late on, springing down the left-hand side on the overlap, ball into the box, Doumbia scores at the near post. We need to see that pattern of play more often. And to have a really strong bench as well, in case we go behind in this one, could be really beneficial for us. So the defence, it may seem controversial to a few of you, but I would keep that unchanged. I don't want to mess around with that too much because we've had loads of centre-back combinations already this season. So whilst it's settled, I don't want to disrupt the apple cart, if you will. Of course, Eduardo Bove and Pierre Ekwa were also on the bench against Derby County. Again, I don't think this is the game for either of them to come into and start. The reason Ed still didn't bring Bove on, from what I gather, just as an educated guess, is because at that point the game was still tight. Watford scored that second goal late on to secure the 3 points. And whilst it was tight, I don't think Ed wanted to disrupt what was a good midfield three of Loser, Mendy and Kayembe. So if Watford go into this game and take the lead early on and maybe score 2, 3 or 4 goals, we can dream, fingers crossed, then I think we'll see Bove introduced. But for now, I don't think he's quite ready for a Watford start just yet. So I would keep also that midfield three the same, because we are limited in terms of now our attacking wide players. Geordie Shatfatatse, for me, will play on the left where Othmane Mama started against Derby. Nestri Irankunda will retain his place on the right. And for me, I would start Mamadou Doumbia. I'm a really huge fan of his. Yes, I know Luca Kiramgard got the goal, but as I've said on here a few times now in recent weeks, I'm still not a huge fan of his work effort off the ball. His body language sometimes strikes me as a player who is slightly dejected. And also when he goes up for duels against bigger defenders, sometimes I do feel he can do better. And at least with Mamadou Doumbia, whilst he's not the finished product, what you do get from him is that work rate. You get that pressing from the front. And as we saw at the weekend, he can finish off chances as well. So that is what I would go with at the weekend. Yeah, an interesting one, isn't it? I'm a bit gutted, I can't lie, about the injuries to Kwadwo Bar and Othmane Mama. Bar in particular is becoming a big issue for Watford. We know he has all of the talent and potential in the world to go on to be a really classy player in the future, potentially for kind of a top level side, a Premier League side. For me, if he can stay fit, he could follow kind of the trajectory of like an Antoine Semenyo at Bournemouth, who then earned a move to Manchester City. But fitness and, injuries is something that Barr has struggled with throughout his career, really, even before he joined Watford. So, yeah, very concerned about him. I know he deactivated his social media accounts as well, which is quite concerning. Hopefully he is okay both mentally and hasn't received any sort of abuse. That's always a worry in these situations. But yeah, as far as we're aware, it seems like Mama and Bar will be out for this game. Nothing has been said to suggest otherwise. So look, it's going to be a difficult test. Ipswich Town are vying for automatic promotion this season. They want an instant return to the Premier League. If Watford can finish in the top 6, that would go down as a very successful year for us. So it should be an entertaining game. End-to-end football is what I'm expecting. High chance creation from both sides. What will my score prediction be? That is the all-important question. Nestri Irankunda, fun fact, hasn't actually scored a goal from open play this season. Both of his goals, of course, were free kicks. His first against Swansea City, his second against Southampton. And I do think he needs to do more from the open play situations. He went on that lovely run against Derby, one-on-one with the keeper, and then he fluffed his chance at the last moment. So, for me, I'm going to give Nestri Irankunda a goal in this one. I'm going to say Watford 2, Ipswich 1, and Irankunda to get the winner in the 85th minute in front of a raucous Rookery end. So let me know your predicted 11s and score predictions in the comments below. I'm really interested, as always, to hear what you think. And as I said earlier, do not forget to follow The Watford Way across all social platforms. And please hit the subscribe button down below. It really does help us out. Hopefully, I'll see a few of you at the stadium tomorrow. If you see me, feel free to say hello. I'm not a monster. I do not bite. And yeah, let's hope we can take away all 3 points and get some momentum in the playoff race. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again very, very soon. Bye-bye.